Please click the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and the bell notification. Thank you. Please click the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and the bell notification. Thank you.
I Mixup and Blenda time.
I'm want to call and talk of the King's day.
That's the reason I'm going with him, because I see the boy have me and the girl be with the same Raga.
Well, the boy have you and the girl be with the same red rock?
Yes. Raga.
Yeah.
This is the girl with the next side of story about the red Raga. Then people that look at me and say you're Haganiering because we are.
Yo, that word them mad. Haganiering. Haganiering to the flipping world.
Hi. Ragashanti, I did mix up daddy. Hallelujah. Ragashanti go on and on.
Yes, Ragashanti. Now you know how Richie feelings this, right? And you know me have to listen to your program because you talk a crocus bag of things with scandal side of it.
Check. What, people? What? President thing, it is good? Position good? All right. I feel look up this, because I hope this other something. Good night, people. Good night. Oh, hold on. We need this thing, leave it. Oh, hold on now. You sure? Oh, that's just the destination. You know, people don't know it going all kind of technical, this and technical, that and boss. Okay. Look at something now go on. Listen, people big up on themselves, you know. I'm in name Ragashanti, I'm here, Miss Cherry Wash Belly. My mama last spit, may her soul rest in peace. Jamaica, so much has been happening, don't it? So much has been happening, a lot surrounding the Road Traffic Act. I can come over here, so. I look at that thing, you know. All right, but the people, the man line and I forgot, wait, President deal with it. So much surrounding the Road Traffic Act and this and that and whatever. And we have seen where apparently the government has relented and the child seat issue. And some people that say the government bow and all these things. I mean, the word bow is just so loaded in our culture and thing and whatever that unfortunately some people have come to interpret it as being synonymous with I guess some form of cowardice or some form of weakness and thing, which I find silly. I find that kind of stupid. Well, in this instance, I don't. Well, let me put it another way. I guess there can be incidents or things happening where one could say, well, that is unquestionably an act of cowardice and thing, and the person they bow. But in this instance, I don't see it as an act of cowardice or weakness, Frankly, I see it that we have a government that, call it pressure from the people or whatever, but, call it looking out for your self-interest, whatever you want to call it. But, I mean, there can be, it should be quite clear that in this instance, the government is responding to the concerns expressed by the populace, okay? And that shouldn't be a bad thing. My apologies. That shouldn't be a bad thing at all. We shouldn't. We live in a democracy. Jamaica is a democracy, and the idea is that power to the people. Often things don't really work out that way. Most of the time it's power to who have the power, which unfortunately quite often is not the people. But in this instance, I think we should just chalk it up that it's a good thing. People may want to resist the inclination to just see negative in everything, and acknowledge, instances where it is more likely than not that what is happening here is something positive, with respect to the government responding to the people, and perhaps engaging in some sort of due diligence and saying that, the people have a point here, and it's going to get a little bit ridiculous there. Whatever. Of course, this matter of the child seating, it don't speak entirely to what obtains with the other issues of the Road Traffic Act that many of you have talked about. So there's a lot more going on. Well, let me go over here and press this thing. So there's a lot more. Okay, I did press that. Okay, yeah. So there's a lot more going on with the Road Traffic Act, and there's there's quite some other things there that, well, people believe like, that the Road Traffic Act, in some instances, it's too draconian. It's too extreme. When you look at who is going to end up paying these money, most of who are going to end up paying these monies is going to be, it's not rich people. But people, the people who want law and order and want things to improve in the country and things like that, they in turn could counter and say, listen, if you do not commit the infraction, you don't have to pay. Right? So, again, if you don't commit the infractions, you won't have to pay the money. So, you can't just, I said, these things extreme, when, for the most part, most of these things under the provisions under the Road Traffic Act, you don't have to do them. You don't have to commit them. So if you don't commit them, you don't have to pay. Right? So I'm just saying, for those of you saying that the Road Traffic Act is extreme or whatever. Now, is it the case that some of the things are, some of the infractions are unreasonable, or that they are, is it the case that it's easy for people to fall into these infractions? I don't know. I haven't, to be honest with you, I haven't thought about it that much. So barring, no provision in the Road Traffic Act that is unavoidable, that, even when you try to avoid it, you still are going to get catch. Barring nothing like that in it. People who want this thing and who are concerned about discipline and law and order in the country and all these things and whatever, them ever said to you, listen, don't do it and you don't have to pay the money. Behave yourself, know the law, and don't do this something with them, and then you won't have to pay the fines that many of you, you're arguing that they're too extreme and them too much and so forth. People, one I think I want you to appreciate though is, I see a thing, right? The Jamaica Constabulary Force Instagram account, right? And then post the following. E-tickets issued between February 1 and February 6. Right? So remember the Road Traffic Act gone into effect, it's the start of the month, right? And from February 1 to February 6, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, I guess, crossed the island because it's all computerized now, so the data is right there at the fingertips. They can just download it. 5,533 tickets issued from February 1 to February 6. I know what's the total amount for those tickets? 5,533 tickets issued in 5 days. So from February 1 to February 6 is 5 days. And for those of you listening, do not count February 1 as one day. Many of you, when you're counting, you do that. You count the first day. You can't count the first day. You have to count from the second day. So it's 5 days. From February 1 to February 6 is 5 days because the first day would have been completed on February 2nd, okay? So don't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have to start from 2. So in 5 days, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, under the new Road Traffic Act, issued 5,533 tickets. And the amount for those 5 days, people, of course, this is Jamaican dollars now, 34,925,500. I call it 35 million. $35 million worth of ticket in 5 days. Based upon the new lawyer in Jamaica. President, that sound heavy to you? President, that sound heavy-ish, man. Now, the question is, and listen now, out of that 5,533, 401 people paid them ticket early. And out the 401 people who paid them ticket early, the total amount where them play is $2,357,500. $2,357,500. So people, the first 5 days, the amount of ticket we issue come up to $35 million. Even though there's 28 days in February, we know say some month have 31 and some month have 30. So, on average, we could say about, the days on average about 29 to 30 days right throughout the year. Right? So 5 into 30 is 6. So on average, just for the month, if we just go by the first 5 days, $35 million. So 6 times 35 how much? 35 and 35 are 70. 3 times 70 is 210. So somewhere for the month, for that month here, if we follow what the first 5 days indicate, we can assume that the government with this system is going to collect in excess. Well, it's going to issue tickets to the amount more than $200 million. So again, we just put it that way, based on what the 5 days suggest so far. We're looking at February yielding in excess of $200 million in traffic tickets. And if it's $200 million, and we are getting rough, it's a $200 million. Remember, I said the thing don't even kick in proper yet, we just, right? So $200 million. So this, we could consider that fairly conservative based on what going on. Well, let's be careful because perhaps the Traffic Act would have the impact that it is supposed to have, and the drivers will start behaving themselves and we'll have less tickets and less money. But if we just go by what the 5 days them say so far, $200 million for February. And at 12 months in a year, so 12 times 2 is how much? 2 12 are 24, no? So we are talking about $2,400 million. Not so? Right? So, 200 million for 1 month. 400 million for 2 months. 600 million for 3 months. $800 million for 4 months. $1,000 million for 5 months. And it go on. $2,400 million. That is $2.4 billion for the year. And remember now, the government is positioning this as a necessity to increase discipline and law and order in society, which may cost all on one, but we have been notoriously guilty of being unruly on our roads, Jamaican people. Right? Jamaica, we have a culture of, a culture lacking in accountability to the rules and regulations that, people are supposed to adhere to. Let's admit it, people, it's true. And that lack of accountability, one could credibly argue, is part of the reason why, sadly, we have a high rate of fatalities every year out there in the road them in Jamaica, right? And overall, we do have a law and order problem in the country, so the government does indeed, is standing on some credible legs when it says they need to implement discipline. So that is one side of the argument. But why I tell you, so we're looking at billions of dollars, Remember now, a billion is 1,000 million. right? So we are look on somewhere in the region of $2.5 billion of, ostensibly, from traffic tickets. And by the way, Jamaica is, wouldn't be guilty of this. You should hear what they're going on with here in New York City. They do some crazy things up here, What the thing I find interesting with these people, who, these governmental entities, is that they will budget, right? So when they come up with their annual budget, for what they have to do for healthcare, education, and all this, whatever their agenda is or whatever their priorities are, they will budget for money that they will get from traffic tickets. And very often, to say that some of those money are quite astronomical is not engaging in hyperbole. It's some huge amount of money. It's like, New York City is no less guilty of it. So it always raises a question like, you're basically functioning from a position where you're going to get this money. And it raises a question like, do you really care about discipline in the street, or you just really want the money in the government? Or is it that you make the laws and you do care about discipline and social order, but people going to break the law anyway? Well, there are different ways you can look on it and things and so forth. But, to function, for your management to be of such that it knows it's going to get the money from people breaking the law, that is indisputable, Because if you go and budget for that money, that means, are you going to say, this is what we're going to get from traffic tickets and people breaking the traffic law? That means say, you're going to get that. You're sure about that. Then it raises a question if you are either consciously, deliberately, subconsciously, or unconsciously. Let's leave what unconsciously out of it, because that has no place here, because we're talking about predetermination now. So it raises a question like, so despite your proclamations of, you want people to obey the law and all these things or whatever, are you really committed to that, or is it really about the money? They do some interesting things here in New York City, They, like, for example, what they'll do is they say, if you're driving past a school, you're supposed to drive 20 miles an hour. But would you believe, people, that rule go up to, like, in some places, 10, 11 o'clock at night? Where? It's 24 hours? No, a whole bunch of months ago, several months ago, and I think that in some place in Queens, it was up to about 11 o'clock at night. It's 24 hours now? Prezi, how you are going? Prezi, you know how much time that somebody catch me? People, them have one school beside one road that is essentially a highway. It's called the Conduit. It's along the Bell Parkway, right? You know that school at the corner, a Springfield and whatever, right? People, it's a school beside a highway, and there's a traffic light there. But, when the traffic light is on green, it's essentially a highway. And you're not, once you're driving past that school late in the night, the law says you have to drive past it like 20 miles an hour. And I get catch there several times, late at night, to the point where I just don't even drive there anymore. What am I getting at? So I'm using this New York City example to say people, on some level, despite the proclamations from the powers that be, that this is about law and order and, social order, and people need to behave themselves and saving lives. there's room to make you wonder, though, when you see how far the thing go and how much emphasis is placed on money. Because it raises a question, are there other ways in which, let us say your first concern here is really saving lives and everything. Are there other ways that could have been more effective, more efficient, that have less emphasis on maximizing the collection of money? I don't know. It's just something to think about. Because I'm looking at these, the fines. President, turn on that. I'm looking at the fines here and thing for the this new road traffic act and thing. And yo, them steep, man. Them steep, bad. Them really, really steep. And, but again, the people who support this, they are indeed in a position to say it could have steep little more. You cannot be found guilty of these things if you don't broke the law. So even if it's $1 million to fine, you don't break the law, you won't have to pay the $1 million, right? So there's that argument on that side, but there's this emphasis on money. And then now, so in the midst of this, we are the irony. So in the midst of this thing here, we're, this thing here going on now for collect a bag of money for infractions associated with the Road Traffic Act. That is grounded under the justification that the goal here is to hold people accountable with respect to making the country a better place. Right? Have we heard that before, don't we? Hear that all the while, don't we? And the irony here is that here we are, immersed in the implementation of this law, and at the same time, back to SSL now. I see a report come out in the Gleaner recently that basically the report is saying, people remember, the investigation are going down, right? Follow me now, The investigation for SSL are going on, And as I mentioned to you before, all right, so a whole heap of people lose their money, millions and millions. You see them losing money, right? I am one of those who's saying, you notice a certain people who are mouth loud when ghetto people do anything, them mouth loud, loud, loud. See up the country! See up the country! You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, or whatever, when ghetto people do some little small something, right? And I've made the argument that over and over and over and over, it's part of our culture. When big shot people do it, them same people, right? When white collar crime commit, and we have seen scandal after scandal after scandal where hundreds upon hundreds of millions of dollars gone and nobody not got prison fee, nobody not held accountable, whatever. And more importantly, more critically, the loudmouth people who love jump and get up people case or whatever, this and that, and right for make example, I get up people. And in my opinion, they are actively part of the distraction process. They are conveniently, or we should say strategically, silent when these bossy people and these white-collar criminals do them thing, right? So I have been on this. So what am I getting at? I see a news article, I know, and when they're like that, what them always say, well, the investigation is ensuing, so we don't want to comment on that while the investigation is going on. We feel well that The appropriate authorities will conduct a thorough investigation. That word is so overused. Thorough. A thorough investigation and, and that them always say, right? So they always supplant their outrage with that type of rhetoric, that type of narrative, right? That is where we hear. Basically, they must say, we can't express our outrage at the big shot people and the bossy people and when them do them thing because the investigation is going on. That's their way of saying, we can't say nothing. We can't say nothing about it now. With the implication mean, which I think is manipulation, but the implication mean, were it not the case that the investigation was going on, then I would have expressed my outrage, which is BS, right? But anyway, that is what they say. So people want to notice, so in the midst of that now, when these people are quiet and now express them outrage, you remember me tell you how the game play? How them do these little things and it's like a slow seduction and you have these professional people who go out there and them do them look a PR thing and basically they are controlling your thoughts. And it is skillfully done. So I saw this news story come out recently and the story is essentially saying that there is no way that the personnel and the structures that are in place to catch these type of thieves, they're basically, the story was saying there's no way that those structures could catch the thieves in this situation with SSL, right? That's basically what they must say. In fact, it was something along the lines that forensic audits, people, this is the apex of this is the creme de la creme of the people who do these investigations. So then basically I say, them people who are experts at catching these type of thieves, they're basically saying, based on what they have seen, them couldn't even catch them. The way that thieving are going with the money, with them people and you see, then basically I say, even the structures in place couldn't catch them the way that one is set up. Now, so what is sus about this? I'm following my kids, President, your kids talk like that too? It's a thing here. Yo, it's sus. Daddy, that's sus. Daddy, that is so sus. The abbreviation for suspect. So what is sus about these people? On the one hand, them a tell you say, them can't express no outrage because an investigation is ongoing, so we can't say nothing. No. Meaning the investigation not done. But even though the investigation not done, they are actively leaking I want to say leaking. They're actively disseminating, sending out certain narratives, certain information designed to control the narrative to produce the usual outcome when them people do them scamming, when the big shot people them do them scamming and whatever. So while they're telling us that them can't say nothing, nonetheless, they must send out information structured, designed, crafted to say the people them up there who should be responsible for what happened with the people and money. There is no way those people could have find out anything. So what them did they for? So what is that then? Is that an admission of unprecedented criminal brilliance on the part of Gene Panton? What am I saying as a president? They're saying Gene Panton is a genius. They're saying whoever thieving people and money in the SSL, they're so damn good that not even the best of the best of the best of the best were put in place. If you catch these people, could I catch them? And they're telling you this while at the same time saying we can't really express the outrage because the investigation is continuing. And so if the investigation is continuing, it means the investigation not done. But even though the investigation not done, them can't express outrage, but them cannot tell you, say, well, nobody could even catch this in because that one year. People don't see people don't take on the feed yet. You don't see them take on the feed yet. You know, see them take on the feed. Me not tell a lot of people, me pick up them thing a long time and me just observe them all the while when them do the thing. And me tell you no already say them something I gonna come out of this a go on. Also, Gene Panton, and if that's a conditional, so I don't know anything. If there are some, if there are others complicit in this type of fiscal malfeasance that has been perpetrated on Mr. Bolton and his and the other people involved and things. So they would have us believe that though after all these years, FinSA can all them something there, whatever, where all these things were structures were put in place to safeguard people's money. Year after year after year, them say them put these things in place and whatever, and things. These brilliant, bright people. So basically, them I tell you, said these were some, the way this activity was done, it was just so, it wasn't under the purview of the people who are in place to find out these things and whatever. But at the same time, when them say that, be reminded, only certain people money touch, and certain other people money never touch. Let me say that again. Only certain people money touch, and certain other people money never touch. Not only that, some of the people in money who never touch, let me choose my word carefully because I'm not able for them, but you know what I say. Some people in money who never touch, they had reason to remove their money. They knew something that made them remove their money. While other people, weak fence people, including Usain Bolt, lose for their money. And now the dance is ensuing. That familiar pantomime is unfolding. Damage control, the manipulation, the clever crafting of information to control the narrative, to control what people think. It happened every time before when these things came about, when this type of criminality was exposed, and it's only what was exposed, and it's happening again. And now we're at a point where they claim, as usual, they can't say anything because the investigation is unfolding. So the usual rage with them have against poor people and ghetto people, when them do anything wrong, the usual clarity in their language and the things them what them say, the usual forcefulness and the robust condemnations that we usually hear from them when ghetto people and poor people do anything, framed in a logic that this is good for country. Similar rhetoric espoused for the justification of the Road Traffic Act and so forth. We don't hear that from them. And the reason them say we can't hear it from them is that the investigation is ongoing, which is what them always say when this thing are going, because them want it to be a 9-day wonder and it for go away. But while them say the investigation is ongoing, at the same time, simultaneously, they are actively dispensing information, structure designed to protect them from accountability and to absolve them of any responsibility or culpability for that which occurred, which was under their mandate to prevent, and they failed, and them not talk, but at the same time when them not talk, them a tell you all these things that's going to turn this thing into what it has always turned out to be when them type of people they commit for them crime, 9-day wonder, and the thing are going to just die out. I want to see how the dance play out, people. I want to see how the dance play out. It's mystical. Yo, we're going to break. We soon forward.
Don't watch no face. Just tune in to the Bridge 99 FM. That's right there.
It's Jamaican, it's Caribbean, to the world on the Bridge 99 FM. You heard?
This is Zion Stewart, and you're listening to my dad, the awesome Ragashanti, on Bridge 99 FM.
Back in I juggling. Right in my phone I blow up here, you know. My phone I blow up here, Anyway, I could take some call on the call him about anything on the one call him about, you know. Alright? And I don't know the numbers and all these things. Hey, Prezi! Prezi must have gone a bathroom. Is this thing on? Am I on? Prezi? People don't know Prezi there, and I know some stop stress about them, something they don't. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. And thing. All right? Who down the president? Look out for the number them if them when them come. Eh? Tristan. All right, Tristan. Red alert. All right? 876-676-4996. Call him about anything you want. Call him about and sitting and whatever. 876-676-4996. If you're calling from the United States or Canada, the toll-free number is 888-546-8742. 888-546. Wait there. What? No. Somebody said me a text and think. You think them people are easy? Somebody said, a lady sent me a text and said, I want to take off that black shirt there for you. Them body see? You see how the woman them, hey! I want to broke out my stereo wash belly for you people talk up to my halo. Want to see the halo over my head. I am a saint. I am an innocent saint. I remember I joke me again, so me I eat that too. Okay. Yeah, man. Somebody send me a text and say, Raga, I want to take off that black shirt there for you. You think that woman is easy nowadays? Anyway, again, the toll-free number from the United States or Canada is 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. Give me the call. Hello. Hello.
Good night.
Good night.
Time I just call you at night. Come here, take some medication. In time I take them, we gone sleep.
Okay.
So I can't get to call you.
Yeah. And what kind of medication you take? I don't want to baby sham talk about the vitamin S.
No, sir.
Trouble me and trouble you. What go on?
Nothing. With the taxi man, them you see, and them we are strike. I said they not have, you know.
What you mean?
They not have nothing in sense.
The taxi man, they not nothing in sense. What me? Talk to me. What me?
No, because if you're wrong, they must strike and them wrong.
They must strike and them wrong. Explain.
Yeah, because them owe the ticket, so that they just pay the ticket and start going like they not no sense. Because when they go court, they have to pay more.
Right.
And me going to one courthouse already, just because I want to see how courthouse run. Right? And me see, then judge charge them more.
Right.
Because me see judge say to them, say, some of them get charged for them badge. And me judge say, $5,000 for your badge. And you then take so long to pay the judge say, $8,000 me a charge you.
Oh, okay.
Some of them end up in a hall handcuffed.
Because think about it. All right, let's say them are come, we don't live in a perfect world, so some things happen, right? So if you commit an infraction, though, and if you exist, this is where the government can make an argument, If you exist in a system where you think, say, it doesn't matter if I get a ticket because I'm not have to pay it anyway, then those are conditions for ignoring law and order and for do as you like and carelessness that result in all kind of serious infractions occurring against people. Because if you feel say anything wrong you do is a ticket them gonna give you and then you not have to pay for it, then the government have an argument then when they say no, we need to change that. Right? That's how it go.
Yeah, this system not going good, Raga, because number one, that the man they will tell Cliff you say him have 400,000 for pay. How that the man they continue for drive?
No, and the one will say, you what him say? 38 years a ticket him get and him not pay none,
Yeah, me.
38 years a ticket him get and him not pay none. And when Cliff Hughes ask him, so what you do? He man said, me just go around bar. Right? So you can't tell the government say there isn't a problem. There is a. Let me ask you this. What is your characterization of how Jamaican drivers behave on the road?
They not be good, because they know say, all right, they know say they're supposed to have on their seatbelt, especially the driver. And then have it on. Okay. And when they see police, then drive it on. Okay. So you're saying in general, would you say then it's an accurate conclusion that the road traffic culture was in serious disrepair and lacking and significantly lacking in even the most basic amount of discipline that is required that we require of our drivers? Would you say it was really really bad? Yeah, man, them no care, man. Okay. They no care. Sometimes we in a bus and what them a drive. Or them a behave, me I tell you say, come like it look like they don't remember so they have people life in them hand. Exactly, right. Them just do as them like. So do you think so you think what the government is doing here then is justified or not? They do what they do, man. They too No, you know, answer my question. Do you think what the government is doing with this Road Traffic Act, is it a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's a good thing. Okay. I think they were more obedient. Okay. I think so. Okay. I think so. Then too disobedient. I saw there when me go for the courthouse to go listen. Me hear one of the driver tell the judge about the baby a half a life. The judge say what? The baby a what? Half a life. Wait, what you mean? Wait. I'm sorry. I know this is serious, but no, this is sounds so absurd. What you mean him telling judge the baby a half a life? What you mean by that? Then carrying a court and when he go, he must say the passenger, them in a bus and the baby a half a life. The baby not take up a seat, so the baby's a half a life. And the judge say, what you say? The baby half a life, and in charge him how much thousand. He say, if you don't have it, handcuff for you. So they have some of them we sit down, we can't pay in a handcuff. So him say, no, you don't come in here and talk about half a life. A child is alive.
Well, I could stop right there, because if this is, one could say this is, one could probably say, come on, Raga, this is an exception. Most people don't think like that about children or a baby or so forth. But to the extent that this is indicative of some sort of, really crazy sentiment that is prevailing out there, whether amongst the people or amongst the driving culture or whatever, Can you imagine this, though? You're talking to a judge. And in your effort to make an argument to support yourself, with the judge. So you're seeking favor with the judge. You went, remember, ordinarily, whether you like it or not, whether people like it or not, don't accord special protection to infant, elderly, and to women. Don't is that what we do, don't it, right?
Yeah.
Especially babies. So you are telling me, said this man has said to the judge, said the baby a half a life, essentially devaluing the life of the baby. And that you tell me, said the man tell the judge?
Yeah, and him charge him more.
Charge him?
Come in here, come talk about half a life. What
charge
you mean
him?
half a
I
life?
would have sent him go to prison for him think about that somewhere. I don't even give me money and think. If the statute allowed me to do it, I say, go do a little stretch and think, come and talk about baby a half a life. What a wicked man.
Me say me a lazy right run, but me say since me don't live too far at the station, make a go there one day.
So you just went in to sit in the court and to observe?
Yeah, man, me just go, cause them say, then call us court party. So me just go up there, go sit down. I got enough people go up there, go sit down.
No, that is very good of you, I want to commend you for that. That is very good of you. You are interested in our court's work or the judiciary function. And to that end, you afforded yourself some time to go to the courthouse, sit down and observe and to see how, this very critical institution in your country, you want to know how it works, and you go there and you sit down and you watch and you listen and you hear what the people must say and you form your opinion. Very good, man. Very good. I like that about you. No, you're a star, You're a star, man. I like that.
Sometimes when you hear things in a raga different from when you see, seeing is believing.
Indeed.
Because maybe if somebody did tell me that, I wouldn't believe. But when me go in there now and see, or they behave with them, man, when they come in there talk foolishness.
Well, my brethren Jack, him just post, when you have half a idiot to run around everything I have to them. That bad. Jack said, when you have half a idiot to run around, everything I have to them. You understand? Yeah, boy, Jamaicans, Jamaican. Yeah, so they're different. But what you think about them big fines? Because do you think the fines are too... The fine them sound steep, man. What you think?
No, sometimes no, but if they have it so long sometimes, it they not go expect that them go charge them the exact money. Because them sister they not care.
So you mean the high it sound, correct me if I'm wrong, are you saying that charging this amount of money, it will serve as a deterrent for them care? Because the money high. The money have a high for them really. The money if you can knock them in them pocket for them really come round and behave themselves, right? Because when them sister know if you commit these infractions and things, it's a big money you're going to have to pay. You say the big money is the deterrent. The big money is deliberately, put, at the amount that it is in order for it to have some credible force, for make sure say, it prompt them and cause them for not commit these acts that the police and the populace don't want them to come. That is what you're saying, right? The big money.
Yeah, but Raga, I don't think it is wisdom to go and borrow loan to pay for traffic ticket. I don't.
Wait, how that Japan? Where that come from? What you mean?
Then some of them bring that money there where you hear them up here. You think they have it, Raga? Alone then go borrow, you know?
No, but if them listen at the end of
Then
the
they
day.
400,000 now, how much thousand a year them up here. Alone, some of them go borrow. Loan.
No, but
that don't make no sense.
But don't the government have some things in place for them to play this thing like incremental, like in pay it over time? They don't have that.
Yeah, but yeah, the man says sometimes they go drink and sitting. So alone, some of them end up borrow.
No, but if you're remember now, you know, Jamaica is very much a mobile society now. You know. Everybody have car now. You know. Everybody have car. Right? Well, whole heap of people have car. Car a common thing now. When we grew up, you know, and you have car, you know, and look a pot, you know, you're coming like you're second to God, you know, man. Nowadays, if you have car, that is nothing now. So everybody have car. So what I'm saying is, for a lot of people out there, for thousands, tens of thousands of Jamaicans, even if they're, you know, them not like directly a taxi driver or whatever, there's a great, you know, amount of people out there where their economic well-being requires them to have, you know, some sort of access to reliable transportation. So for a lot of these people now, I would imagine that, you know, their thing is they have to pay. They need to be able to drive. And, you know, if their license are suspended and so forth and things like that, them can't make no money then. So them, you know. So.
Me see your point.
And then you have enough of them woman here now, enough of them woman now and whatever. You know, just talk it plain. Right? Because me hear Jamaican woman say that when me did still down in Jamaica. Say, in a them time where anybody can, this woman, one of my students at the University of the West Indies when I was teaching. Right? So we were having some discussion. I was using some kind of example and I said, you have to have a car man and something like that. And she said, no, sir. I couldn't talk to somebody who don't have a car. Somebody said, but why you going to say something like that? You know, you're not afraid that people going to say you're somewhat, you know, superficial and materialistic. And her response, I will never forget. She said, sir, and can't man downtown have car. So if me know, a girl like me who look good and all them something, and me go there with a man who have car, then that means I don't have no ambition, sir. So the idea is that a whole heap of people have car coming like nothing, and people need them car. And car is a part of people's identity now, you know. So if, you know, all of the ladies, them not going to wear with if you not have a car, you try know them man, you going to find the money for pay for it because them want the car. You understand? For different reasons and things. But of course, you have other people responsible. I was like, no, I need a car to drop my kids to school. I need to go to work. You know, and then my car is what I used to make money. And I'm a salesman, a saleswoman, or whatever the case may be. But so a vehicle is integral into the economic well-being of a great many Jamaicans now. And they say, they're not going to find the money to pay that. They're not going to find the money to pay it. I go find them.
True. Finally, no.
Yeah.
If me can say.
Yeah.
The situation where the place where the lady rob up the money. See?
Yeah.
The thing, I think you saying in it, we will hear something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because normally when these things happen, we don't hear nothing. We hear it in
say that again. Normally what?
I said when these things happen.
Yeah.
You hear it in the news, but you don't hear nothing again about it.
All right, we don't know. Before we're going to go to the next point that you're making. Stop right there for a second. Normally when these things happen, we may hear it in the news, then after that we hear nothing. Is it that a damning indictment against our country?
Yes, because they not lock. I bet if they lock up people for this, yeah, they're happy. Bet you.
But what is going on? The government seems quite efficient at extracting funds from people and holding them accountable when, you know, them misbehave on the road and all these things and whatever and with all these other little things and so forth. But over the years, and PNP and JLP and the private sector, because some of the loudmouth people who love to get to them come from the private sector, and certain people from the media, over the years and thing and whatever, these bossy people and thing and these bossy scammers and sitting and whatever, we have seen them get away. So it's interesting that this road traffic act thing is going. Remember now, this road traffic act, the law was already passed. This is just the implementation of it. So the timing of it with this SSL debacle is, well, let's say a coincidence. So it wasn't planned, to coincide, for both of them to coincide. But what I'm saying is, it's interesting now we're presently embroiled in this road traffic act thing now, which is designed, according to the rhetoric from the government, to, to increase accountability and to put some strength in law and order in our country and whatever, and they seem that they're going to be quite successful at it now in some way, form or the other. We're already seeing the success with the statistics I gave you with the first 5 days and the amount of money, $35 million worth of ticket and them collect how much million already and thing. So they're going to be quite efficient here in getting money from the people. In terms of establishing law and order. But they can't seem to get it right when bossy people are broke the law and a thief up a whole heap of money. Over.
I'm tired of them now, Raga. I'm tired of them because even with the insurance thing with the lady there, Miss Moulton, I know her, because I usually work at church on the rock, so I know her. And when I hear about it, I was so shocked to hear her name in something like that. I remember when me did sick one time and me joined surgical insurance.
Hold on. So wait, stop for a second. You just called her name. I'm going to let you finish here. But I just want to remind the people that the Bridge 99 FM, myself, Ragashanti, the Bridge 99 FM, we have no evidence that Miss Moulton is guilty of anything. All we have is that reports, as you said, that her name call up, right? So I just want to be clear that nothing you are about to say and nothing that will be uttered on this show or the station for that matter should be interpreted that we are saying that Miss Moulton is guilty of anything criminal, right? But go on then. So you're saying our name call up.
Yes.
Knowing that she's
so
innocent
surprised.
until proven guilty. Okay, but go on, yes.
Yes, I was so surprised because, as I said, that used to work up by the church. So, I know her. So, me I say to you, say, when me not say she do not need I don't say that. But, say, when people name call up in something, people are going to say, I go talk. All right, so.
And then our situation too is that her sister is involved in something else too, which they say is a separate matter, but that involve allegations, that in terms of moving people's money, and things like that. But go on,
So when me did sick one time, me joined surgical insurance, and me called down there to talk to the one of the agent who signed me pass. Because me actually insurance for my daughter 1. And my daughter to 11 now. So me call the man and I talk to him and me ask him, say, then if me could have get one money out of my insurance. He tell me, say, no. He tell me, say, me have to sick bad. Or me dead to get one money. And me can't believe, say, them a thief for people money. Them way there. So me not see why me couldn't get something out of my money. Me go tell me, say, me have to choose different insurance before me can get it out of my money.
Well, and again, we're not saying Miss Moulton thief up any money, okay? Just want to be clear. No, but these things, when you're signing up for these insurance and thing, and you in terms of a clause where you can get access to that funds in some way, form or the other, you have to make sure you know that before, because what he told you is actually quite common. It's like you can have these insurance. If it's a life insurance, you have it dead. But you do have life insurance where you can, after a certain period, of maturity of the money there, you can get access to that money in different ways. So what he told you is actually not unusual, unless So it's not something that you can just go and ask for. It has to be there in writing, right? In fact, they are, they are constrained by laws and regulations. They can put those things together too. So there has to be specific, conditions, for you to be in pursuant to the language in the insurance agreement, where you would be able to get access to it. So it does exist. All I'm just saying, it has to be there in writing, when you're signing up for the insurance. So it's not something you can just go take out life insurance and then go back. Yes, so we need some access to that money, and them tell you, well, you can't really get it like that, miss. And you're like, but am I money? But suppose I can't get access to the money. It really, in fairness to him, it's generally not that easy,
Me hear you. But I'm really disappointed, Raga. But let us see how this one will work out, because
you basically, I said, the UCN factor. This is a major difference in this one, because the world is watching this now just because UCN involved in it, don't it?
Yes, and the Prime Minister said that they cannot pay back UCN his money, because they would have to pay back other people who lost their money too.
Exactly.
And another thing, them people we are doing. So I mean, you said the woman in a wheelchair, Me say she in a wheelchair, and she has stand up with walker. And
hold on. You remember when Mr. Wayne named there with the cash plus thing and whatever? Remember saying him did roll out in a wheelchair too and couldn't walk. And that played a role in him not going to prison, You remember that, right? You remember the woman who take the lawyer woman and Mavado money, right? Remember say reports are that she did that man to a wheelchair to, and probably me and them say she'll do up herself and warrant and what and whatever, this and that and thing and whatever, and she never end up in a prison too. So this look like it's this look like I saw the game player go in a wheelchair and barely walk and thing, because there is some provisions in the law, right? There are some provisions in the law where the judge, by virtue of following precedent, what has been established before, that the judge will be likely not to send you to prison because you can provide some document and action, behavior, conduct that suggests that it would be inhumane to send you to prison because what it look. So it look like, so the man who did jump the fence and go pick two Akip and King's house and whatever, it look like him should have dropped down on the ground and saying, can't what, don't it?
but Raga, I know that lady alone do it. And only five people do it. It's not she alone. I just too chic.
Why you going to say that? Why you think she other people involved with her?
No, sir. No, it's not she alone. It's not she alone do it.
Wait, is this
alone,
hold on, no. Is this just a whimsical thing you come up with? It's just your feeling? Or is it you have thought about this thing and in your reasoned analysis you have concluded that based on what you make you say she can't be the only person who do it? What?
No, man. No, sir. I'm only a big fish in this. I'm not she alone.
No, but is it that you want only a big fish to be in it? Or
I don't want. Me want it rather common sense.
No, what is common? Tell me about break down the common sense. What about it make you think say other people involved? And she alone. And she alone.
Then you believe she alone in it?
No, I'm asking because I'm here to learn.
I know she alone in it. It's not she alone in it.
I know she alone in it.
No.
You know what I get? I named it call, but I not call the name. I mention him. I'm just restate it.
All right. Make they lock up she say Ragashanti. Make they lock up this lady. And you see who much other name call. Make them send some of them where go prison and see who much other name call.
No, but be careful, A deal can work out, where she get locked up for very small time. And then if there are other people there, them can make a little arrangement. So you do that little stretch, you just take the little hit right there, sir, and we will take care of you, or we will excuse this, or ignore this, or ignore that. You're not surprised to know them something at work.
Raga, me, your Nigel Clark, you see? The finance minister say.
Yeah.
Because me here, then call a particular man name, the man say, him don't know nothing about it, and Nigel Clark say, him don't know who them are trying to fool. Because no for who say them don't know about it, them know about it. That's what Nigel Clark said.
Okay, you're sure that the Minister of Finance said that?
Raga, me listen very carefully, you know.
Okay, all right.
I me watch news.
Okay. So me could go and watch it now and see how that go, all right? But just before you go, I just want to remind you, I remember knowing this is not necessarily true. I'm just telling you what I was told. So apparently, the money a thief long time, right? From different people, including UCM. So when the money a thief, the way the money thief is, people have access to people's account and can see where money they have for money. And apparently, a thief money and is being selective about who for money then thief. And apparently the thief weak fence money, allegedly. So one time, no, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be comical about this, but it was just funny to me the way it was said to me. So one time when the thief now say, them a go back now in somebody's account, because them never did want thief out of somebody's account, but them say them a go over there now, go take a food. When they go over the money missing, but then that thief figure out say, the money we're missing is not the owner for the money. Take it out. So I saw that thief, they figure out, say, somebody else a thief too. And the way that thief must be calculated now, I say, that other person either thief long time or see that thief a thief and decide, say, if them thief, it never come upon them are going to blame the first thief. You follow what I say so far?
Yeah.
So it end up where, at a minimum, two thieves know say the other one a thief, but neither thief say nothing to the other thief because each thief have a position themselves like them don't know say the other person a thief. What a prick, you know?
Yeah, it is sad though. People dress up in a jacket suit. People dress up in a spike heel boot and suit and a be thief. It is sad.
So why we don't call them scammer to you? You anybody call them scammer? When the youth them do them thing with the phone thing and whatever, we say them a scammer and they're incorrigibles and we use all these awful words for them. It's an egregious felony on the part of these people and I know insensitive and this and that they are and whatever. It's just this callousness and this cruelty and this downright evil. And what you ever notice how them fix up the word when they matter about them bossy people when them do them thieving and things like that, don't they?
Yeah. I really watching to see what will come out of it. May I keep my eyes on it. And this one.
Look for it, yeah. Don't take it. Don't take it, yeah, fight. Big up yourself. You're night.
Yeah, man. All right. Yeah.
Somebody was asking if the US number is right. Yes, man. You can call 888-546-8742 if you want to call from America or Canada. Free, of course. 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. So to the gentleman is asking if the New York City number is working. It is. Indeed it is. Again, that number is 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. I want to remind you people that I broadcast from the IrieJam studios in Queens, New York, my place, my city of abode for some time now. And so but you're hearing me on the Bridge 99 FM and you know the bridge is connected globally and it is out there, no? Yes, them a scammer too, right? I tell you, the best one, man, was when they catch, the big supermarket. They did a thief light, a bridge light, man. That was the best one. And I remember reading a paper. It is not exact, but it was something along the lines that, they were engaging in some form of electrical circumvention, something along the lines or whatever. It's quite verbose, wordy, like a thing and whatever. That it's very strategic, when they do that, because language has power in people. Language is powerful, and it crafts, the way language is used. If you're really good at it, you can diminish the severity, of a criminal act, in our culture, people, there's a marked difference in saying somebody bridge light and somebody engage in electrical circumvention. Right? There's a marked difference if you say somebody's a cashier and then another person says, I'm not a cashier, I'm a financial transactor. Or the great Queen Lady Gangster out of England, now infamous in many respects, when they caught her in England, I would never forget this video. I nearly dead to rat. President, you see that video? Where them catch a clutch, a thief in a store, and the man call her a thief and whatever. And President, she got mad, she got angry. But what made it funny, she was dead ass serious to the President. She was so offended that the man call her a thief. And she cussed off the store security and fight him off. And she was just so offended that this man had the audacity to call her a thief. And she passionately corrected him and said, I am not a thief. How you call thief? How you outside? How you call thief? I am not a thief. I am not a thief. I am a shoplifter. Yo, President, I'm watching video. I'm fling down myself on the ground. Queen Lady Gangster, drop the security. I catch her a thief. And people are thinking I tell him and say, don't call me no thief. I am a shoplifter. Language, people, I'm telling you, remember, I learned this at school. Language carries culture. Culture carries identity. And identity carries existence. That is the argument I usually make when I'm saying we should validate our Jamaican language, right? Big up Mama Gludon, Tradan Wadia, Barbara Gludon. She was always on the same page with us and things. Big up Professor Devonish and the other people who do these things and whatever, Language carries culture. Culture carries identity. And identity carries existence. Invalidate a language and you're invalidating the existence of the people who use that language. And in this case, the language carries validity. So your mastery of the language can be dispositive in whether or not you're found guilty or how severe your crime is viewed and deemed based on your expertise in manipulating the language. President, somebody was calling the number up here, and thing, so look out, again, look, call again, call back, caller, sorry. I think just see somebody there. 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742. And that is why these people, them do them something, right? Them did have a problem with me when me dip on the radio, I talk to my people and my caller, them call and say, Rago, me just dash out the good pan the boy and boom it off. This is slackness. Give me call, President. Hello?
I call from early and I play a little problem like.
Yeah, you're on here now. Probably you have a little cheap pop down phone. We don't know. Me day have a general. What you say?
Well, I agree with everything you say. Everything that you're saying pertaining to the Usain Bolt, I agree with that. I agree with the thing what you said about last week about Jamaica when them say you have to depend on the fence. If you're on the fence,
you get shoot off easy. My brethren tell me that career say if you're dep on the fence, you get shoot off easy. Pick a side.
You know, say if you go back to Tony Welch, you remember that guy, if I'm drunk on him, Tony Welch?
Yeah, man. We all enough in what Tony Welch. Eh?
And when you do an interview, he say, you can't be on the fence. You will get hurt.
Oh.
And the interview, what I do, it was when they were interviewing about the Bob Marley thing. So I bring it up on the fence now. I say, you know, say Raga right because about 25 years ago me here. Well, he said this, you know. So me know Raga right.
No. Well, you can't say me right, you know. Remember, I was telling you what somebody was telling me.
Yeah, what I was saying. Yeah, when I say right, I mean I learned this before. So
okay.
Raga say, you know.
Right.
You hear it before and ask like that. You know what I mean?
Right. Understood.
Yeah, I love that thing, but one little thing I don't agree with. Me feel say, you say not get back in money because of the international pressure, and them say the Fed's going to come into. So me kind of feel him get back in money. You have that feeling there.
No. But you tell me now. You give me make up. Give me a hypothetical scenario where it would be justified, where people would be comfortable say, you see and get back your money and none of the other people and get back their money. Make up something.
Just because of the international pressure of the FBI coming in, and the world and the feds are watching to see how it's gonna sleep on the world. Because we know that in the 70s, David Core and Hugh Small and them or whatever, they run with money and go to Florida. You know that
No. You can't say that on the radio. You can't even do them not here. Remember, their estates can sue still, you know, so be careful. Listen to me, the Bridge 99 FM and myself and thing, we don't know that definitively, and we have no proof to concur with what you just alleged. So you can't say them thing on radio, yeah? Particularly with them same people who we are telling about. You remember say how them work, you know, them clot up with me have to protect his station.
Yeah,
so you can't say that.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize to you and the radio station and my bad on that one.
All right. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
But the feds and the international is more than before. So this is more, I think this is more, it's a big thing. And so much publicity, so much.
All right, listen. What you just did, what you just did was give me a reason. But what I'm asking you for is to give me a scenario that would justify that reason.
Okay, with him getting back in money and the rest of people.
With you saying I get back in money and nobody else can get back their money. And then people would be cool with it, with whatever justification and explanation you could. Just create something. What?
Yeah, I think, because me talk to you like, you seen a loan money gone.
Well, you're not. You're just saying that you seeing it just so special and it is so significant with him that he would get back his money. But I'm just asking you, make up something like, say, because so and so and so, and so and so and so, in relation to so and so and so. People, this would be like a plausible scenario where you see and get back your money and nobody else can get back their money. But you think that would be fair for you seeing who feasibly is probably financially more balanced than pretty much everybody else who lose their money? You think that is assuming that we know what money the other people them have, but you think that is fair?
No, it won't.
You think that would be fair? I don't think that would be fair.
I know you might never heard of this one. I can't make up your own makeup, but anyway.
Yeah.
There's also a big one of these big scamming thing happened to a church. You know, I mean, I'll call it church, but when we talk it up, you understand what I say. And it happened in Jamaica, and my wife had some money in it, and she lose it, and she was upset Because what happened is there's a guy who's a sell cane a month ago here. And they give 200,000 Jamaica. She said she never knows that the cane man has that money. And she encouraged the man to come in because the man had about 3 kids. And when the thing get hit, my wife never really feel fear $5 grand US when she have a night. She feels it to the cane man the most. And the church come back America, because the head office is America, and then get some money. You know, so them still not give back the people the money. But it never really bust out. But it was more money than, it was a hefty money. That, I mean, if it was close to this amount or more, but a lot of people in the church get carried on that thing. A lot of people.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, you know, and make sure you keep your bathroom and your kitchen clean and all these things.
Why make sure? Suppose never run out.
You know, still keep it clean. People run out of clean places all the time.
Yeah, but keep it clean, man. Wait, what are you trying to say, my brother?
I'm not trying to say anything. It's just something I do all the while. I tell people to keep their bathroom and their kitchen clean. You're getting a little bit touchy, you know. I better say your bathroom and your kitchen dirty right here now, don't?
What? You're not trying. What are you saying?
Huh? All right, to all the listeners out there, don't worry. He's a regular caller. He understand my foolery. Big up yourself. You hear me, brother?
And the creator bless your kids. You ain't talk about
Cool, man. It goes some man. Cool. Prezi, I want him to camera. Oh, it's a fuzzy up, sir. I want you lose the focus a while ago. I want. Oh, let me see, my car. Sometimes if you do this, it will adjust back on too. Boy, Prezi have to come fix this, you know. Oh, he good, yeah, no, he good. People, we Jamaicans, you know, we are known to be very expressive, don't it? Yeah. I mean, we're world renowned for being expressive. Some people find it sexy. Some people find it irritating and annoying. You know, there are people out there who are really annoyed by Jamaicans, you know. And then there are those out there who just absolutely love Jamaicans, you know. Shall we say on occasion, in the past, I've been the recipient of significant favors just by virtue of being a Jamaican. And I will not elaborate. But have my country and its culture to thank for that. There are people who are afforded me certain benefits just because I was Jamaican. So Jamaica, you know, there's something special about us. There's something special about that, our country, you know. Till the point where people bad mind with it. And, you know, a lot of people find us just organically sexy. Jamaicans. And Lord knows we have a lot of those people up here in the United States. Don't you, Prezi? What if a woman and man out there, they just love Jamaicans and things like that. I hear people brag to others that my man is a Jamaican. I date a Jamaican. I hear people brag about it like it's a thing. It's a thing, you know. You date a Jamaican, it's like your stock is rich. But people tell me something, you know, in our local country and thing, you know. Why is it that you have two churches especially, who are... What about them two different churches, sir? God, yeah, what if I look at church, I look at generalship go on, what if a pastor generalship go on, what if I mix up, church full of mix up, you know. But people, why these two churches in specially? Why for them name, man? Why so many people are attracted to these churches, but at the same time, there's so many bad things being said about the church? Are people, is it bad, man? Or are people just picking on these churches and they're ignorant about what really goes on in these churches? Right? Right? The one where I always have say, if you do this and that and that and that, you get BMW and you have that one day. You know which one me at time. I'm not calling him. I'm not calling any name. Right? You know that one day. You know which one me attack. Yeah, that one there. Come and this and that, and you get BMW, and you get so and so. And you get big house and whatever. So you have that one. And then the other one now where, I'm going to call it the Big Stone Church. Yeah, the Big Stone Church. And why would I always have so much thing, Big Stone code? But why would I say, I've never been to this church and thing, but just over the years, me no hear about the church. I see of souls and thing. Me no hear no good thing about the church. Is it that? Why is this church always maligned? Is it deserved or is it not? Well, now I pick on the church and the church really not do no. Why would I always have bad things to say about Big Stone Church? Because Big Stone Church, I call up some of them scam, and think about who got Big Stone Church and this and that, the money and carry go up a Big Stone Church. And why would I always pick up a Big Stone Church and BMW Church? Why would I always pick on them two churches? Then I saw them bad, so I saw them really bad. We're going to take a break, and when we come back on the other side of the break and thing, I want to see if we can call in and use code and see if we can tell me what is our groaning? What is our groaning with Big Stone Church and BMW Church? Prezi! Jesus. Master God, take the case and give me a pill. Prezi! Well on the people, no don't. Prezi, come take the rear. Who are taking out what? Oh, Tristan.
No boundaries, just the sound of good music.
One love, one heart, one Jamaica. On the Bridge 99 FM to the world.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live.
Back in I juggling and thing. Big up on yourself, February 8th and thing and whatever. The number is 876-676-4996 from Jamaica. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996 from Jamaica. All right. And if you're calling from the United States or Canada, the number is 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. Yeah, so I'm not calling about anything I don't want to call him about, but I'm just curious, because since Rockstone Church I call up in and then mix up and thing and whatever. These, let me do what them do. These allegations of fiscal chicanery on the part of, some of these accused. And think, why? What give me a call, prison. Why would I never have nothing good for say about Rockstone Church yet? Why would I never have nothing good for say about Rockstone Church yet? That church ain't not do no good for nobody. It can't be that they don't do any good for anybody, man. There has to be some form of community there or whatever. And why these allegations of secrecy and all? Good night, caller. Hello. Hello?
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
Rob.
I call back. What?
Yeah, but I tell president the name of the church, because I don't want to say that name, but president know the name of the church, or the denomination.
What church?
It's thing let me just tell about with the church.
Oh, the same what you just tell me about?
Yeah, I tell the president the denomination of the church. I never want to sleep on the ear thing, you know something?
Well, you can't tell with the denomination, you just can't make it a specific church.
Oh, is that a specific church? Is that denum?
Well, tell me the denomination.
Well,
I know. You know what? I'm assuming you know what denomination is. I don't mean to insult you.
Yeah, man.
Okay, all right, then, cool. Okay, yeah. So, what is the denomination of a church? Adventist. Okay. But one can beat the Adventist them to him, man. One can beat the Adventist and Jehovah Witness to him, man.
The truth are the truth. If you do certain things, you have to get flagging.
But in general, would you say that the Adventist church has done a lot of good for people?
I think the Catholic done more, you know what I'm saying?
No. I didn't ask you in relation to other denomination. I'm just saying, we're talking about Adventists only. Would you say that the Advent, given that it's a church, and church is about faith and worship and God and helping people, just that they have different principles based on their denomination. But I'm just saying, in general, from your understanding of the Adventist church, would you say that the Adventist church has done a lot of good in Jamaican society?
I'm going to answer you right now, but I don't want you to chastise me the way I'm going to answer.
Well, answer. Let's hear your answer.
If you get $100 and you give out $20 out of it, is that doing good?
Well, one could say, well, you could.
$100 to give out. Sorry. If you get $100 to give out and you only give out $20, is that considered being good?
Are you implying or stating, that the Adventist church gives out way less than it takes in?
All churches.
All churches. See, I carry me all about the place. May I ask you about the Adventist church? No, you're going for all churches. All right, so good then. Because I just want to make a point, because people, there's this thing for talk bad about the Adventists, them too, and thing, and probably we should cut out that, no? Because there's a lot of nice people who are Adventists. Very, very, I know a lot of Adventists who are very nice.
And they do a lot of good.
So why you were so reluctant to say it?
Reluctant to say what?
That you just said the Adventists do a lot of good. So why you couldn't just say that before?
No, not because they do a lot of good. You can't talk about the bad. But I just didn't want to just go into the bad like it. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right then, my brother. Bless up yourself.
All of them has done good, and all of them have do a lot of bad. You know that.
Well, yes. All right, Papa. Now say a word, man. Cool. What is this? What is Percy I say now? Prezi. So earlier I made the point that over the years, here in America, I have been the recipient of significant benefits from the sole fact that I'm a Jamaican, right? Here where somebody posts in our chat right here now. Yes, Raga, you did get ahead in life for being Jamaican. You get ahead. Ay, boy, you see them out there. I want to broke out Miss Cherry Wash Belly. You understand? Yeah. One broke out poor innocent me who don't even know the something of them. I'm sitting now whenever, 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. That's from Jamaica. And I'm from the United States. We have 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. 888-546-8742. So, people, I'm not an old man, but me and a young bud either, so. And I'm trying to be proactive about my health. And, I went to the doctor yesterday for my checkup and thing, and I'm doing fine. And as you can all see, my Bell's palsy is on the mend, getting better, thankfully. So I went to the doctor yesterday, and we had I'm trying to be proactive about stuff. So I was asking him. I've been doing all these checkups, just doing them. I had a colonoscopy. I did a bunch of this and that and whatever. I did my prostate tests and things. That was horrendous, by the way, because they had to go do this thing where they had to go in and snip off this and that. It was awful. I was just laid up for a couple of days and whatever. Yeah, it was that, go in with scalpel and thing and cut off piece to do a biopsy and them something. But anyway, all those tests were done, and so I was told that you're actually pretty healthy, and they said, well, watch the weight. You're putting on a little weight right around your belly part here and thing, which is true. So the doctor say you have to ease up. Additionally, the sleep thing, I have a little sleep problem. And them explain, and I know this, people used to sleep on water. I'm telling you, anybody who listen to me long time, sleep and water is just two critical things. Sleep and water. They impact so much of what we do and so much in your body. Sleep and water. Not getting enough sleep or not getting enough water, it affects your concentration, it affects your skin, it affects your hair, it affects your eyes. It affects your temperament. Right? It affects whether or not you're susceptible to becoming irritable. It affects stress. That's a no-brainer. You don't get enough sleep, your body is not rested. If your body is not rested, stress level increase. Your stress level increase, it affects your temper. It affects your concentration. Your concentration affects your ability at work. If it affects your temper, it affects your social relations, your personality. People don't like you because you're just a bastard. You're a punk. You are, because you're just whatever. It affects everything. It affects your vision. Will you see? And it affects everything. It affects your toenail, your eyebrow, everything. It affects how much gray hair you get. Sleep on what? So I was lectured on that the Bell's palsy, it was a nerves thing that, again, thankfully it wasn't stroke or whatever. But the doctor was very clear. He said Bell's palsy is not stroke. It's often mistaken for stroke, but it's not stroke. But he said also that the fact that you got Bell's palsy, though, it means that your body is under a certain amount of stress that caused, that stressed those nerves on that side of my face, and it resulted in the Bell's palsy. So what he's saying is that, well, 4 doctors said. 1 doctor first at the urgent care and 3 doctors at Long Island Jewish Medical Center. They do this triage thing there. And they were like, yeah, but what it means is that your body is stressed. So when I explain my lifestyle and my work schedule and whatever, they're like, you got to slow down. You have to slow down. I say, you have to slow down. And they were quite clear. And they were like, Dr. Stewart, with all due respect, you're not 18 anymore. And I was like, yeah, sometimes I forget that, Thanks for the reminder, because up till this morning, I thought I was like 17, 8. I'm joking, but y'all get the point. You get what I'm saying, right? So I was strenuously lectured that slow down, I just so you know, people, there is something I do full time. And then separate outside of that, I essentially work full time. So I'm involved in 2 endeavors that are full time. And, working late at night and I wake up early and then, boom, I work late. I go to bed at sometime 3, 4, wake up, start the work, then boom, jump in my car, train station, catch a train, catch a subway, go on, work all day, come back again, this and that. And too much. So they're also explaining the interrelationship of these things now. So I'm saying, along with all that stress, I was always right below the threshold to be considered diabetic. So I was always right below that point you need to cross to be done. So apparently I just crossed it. So it's like diabetes is in play now. It's on the table now. It's in play now. Thankfully, it is not, crazy, but so he might tell me now, say, you see the diabetes now, don't make it get away. No, first him lecture me about the hypertension. Him say, that one is worse. You know that, Prezi? The doctor say hypertension worse than diabetes. Him say, each can be bad, but him say hypertension is like whatever. But thankfully for me, my blood pressure, that was good. That was good. My blood pressure and thing, I'm doing good. Talk up to me. Blood pressure, I'm on top of that. All right? So he must say, He said, that's good, because hypertension can be worse. But now he's saying that the diabetes with the stress, he said, that is, him saying, you don't want to do that. He said, that is not good. That is not good. And him said, each one feeds off the other. Everything feeds off everything. So remember, the body is like it's like an ecosystem, right? So it's a system of individual entities that are dependent on each other. So it's a system of interdependency, right? So the malfunction of one can adversely impact the functioning of others, right? So so I must say, your stress and diabetes, they don't go good. They don't go together. So Ragashanti being Ragashanti, I say to him, yeah, and I also know that these things they affect penile health. That's a nice way of saying body action, So I'm saying, oh yeah. Diabetes with stress, he says, that's a penis killer right there. People, I am going to pay attention to this thing right now because I honestly don't want my penis to die. I honestly don't want my penis to die. So I know I'm primarily talking to a Jamaican audience, and so with all due respect, I don't want nobody to come here and get in deep. So right now I'm not talking to the men. I'm going to speak to the women now, I'm going to talk to the women now. So ladies, I'm going to, and then me leave, me leave the doctor, and go buy some food, Prezi, that little, that place on Springfield, and I think it's like 234, Springfield and 234. It's like a buffet, a West Indian buffet, and you pick which food. The Asian people them do it, but they have a Jamaican Caribbean one, Merrick. Jamaica Breeze, it's same one. So I went over there and I'm a pick out, I like that. You can pick out little thing or whatever. So Asian people have them all over New York City, but this is like a Jamaican one, so them have our food. I'm going to go there and I take up 2 dumplings, and when I bite one of the dumpling is stubborn up on me and thing and whatever, and I'm like, this is what the man I talk about, the man so me just, me just never eat one of the dumplings, but me eat one and then the other food. So I'm trying. But what I'm appealing to you ladies out there is, I want you to help me as I, pursue a healthier lifestyle. and to watch my diabetes and my stress and thing, knowing well that this would positively impact my overall health. And at the same time, it would also address what is understandably a priority of mine. And, and I ask your latitude here is that, help me, as I make, I try to make sure that my body efficiency is maintained, sustained and thing. And I'm not saying that I want my body to work at the way it did when I was 18 and so forth. It's somewhat of a biological impossibility. There's this rich man out there right now, who is actively engaged in this high-profile, super intensive thing to reverse his aging. Prezi, you see that story there? You did see that story? There's a rich billionaire out there who's engaged with all these super doctors, and the goal is to reverse his age. You hear about it? Yeah, man, you can Google it. People who can't check. All right? So what I'm saying is, I don't want my penis to die. I don't think my penis deserves to die. I think my penis has gone through a lot in life, and lots of struggles and things. And we have had, my penis and I have had a great many conversations, and we're both, I'm proud of ourselves. And I do realize I'm referring to my penis as a separate organic entity, which it is not, but indulge me for a second. And so, I'm just saying that I have to watch this diabetes thing. I have to watch this, I have to watch this hypertension. I'm good there for now. I have to watch the stress level and thing like that and whatever, because according to the doctor, and failure on my part to live a healthy life in those areas could result in the demise of my instrument, of my tool, of my penis and things. So ladies, pray for me. Encourage me. Ladies, I want you to pray for my... I'm the one hitting the table, press. Ladies, I want you to pray for my penis. I want you to pray for my penis. I'm serious. When you're praying, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't listen to the bossy people. Just pray for my penis, ladies. I want you to pray for my penis. Right? My penis is strong, and we have been through a lot, and we have been, as Shaka Khan say, through the fire, through the limit, through the right? So ladies, pray for my penis. And I know this could be a communal effort, to ensure that Raga's penis does not die. It's a simple request. Feel free to not follow it, or, you can just help out a brother right there. Anyway, people, I just want you to know, remember, I'm over at on YouTube, Ragashanti TV on YouTube, Ragashanti TV on YouTube. Also, where I play music, but you have to listen to me live over there. There's some live shows over there, but, listen, it's called twitch.tv. Twitch.tv. You need to go over there and just put in Ragashanti and follow me. It's real easy. You can go directly to my page there. It's www.twitch.tv/Ragashanti. Ragashanti. Let me say it again. www.twitch.tv, not .com, .tv/Ragashanti, Ragashanti. In radio, for things to solidify in the listener's mind, relatively speaking, you have to say things 3 times. So here's the final time. twitch.tv/Ragashanti. Ragashanti. Go over there and follow me. Okay, just follow Ragashanti and make sure you click the bell for notification. There's a bell there for notification. So when I go over there to play live music, you can hear me when I carry on and I do my thing over there. All right? And do remember, so this Friday on Ragashanti TV on YouTube, 1 o'clock, free up the realest Jamaican talk show. Make sure so know that. So go over YouTube and go to Ragashanti TV and then join us over there also. We're having a lot of fun over there and it's great. And of course, we have our little musical forays or party and things. I play the music, the man I talk up with something, the man I go on with a bag of things over on twitch.tv/Ragashanti. I am inviting you to come over there. Go over there right now. Follow me. And then, make sure you click the bell to get the notification when I'm playing live music over there. Take care of yourself, people. Thank you, Tristan, down there in Jamaica and thing. Big up yourself, Prezi. Everything is everything, people. See you on Friday, this Friday, 1 o'clock.